Oh my god, let's go to that ride. Yes, 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 yes. We're finally here. I just can't wait. Let's go.
Hello there, little girl. May I have your tickets? Enjoy the ride. Hello there, young man. May I have your tickets? Enjoy the ride.
This is kind of a creepy ride.
Yeah, for Eric now, there's a lot of beautiful crystals here, don't you think?
Are we sure we're supposed to go on this ride? And it's starting. Great.
Hello, my name is Jabez Flores. I'm the lead director and lead animator of the Erie Canal project. And how this all started is that we were given the assignment of picking a theme park, and so we did. We went for a theme such as Christmas, Valentine's, or Halloween. We decided to go for the Halloween part of it, so which gives the Erie Canal. Once that was done, we all started making ideas on how to storyboard. Once they came up with all the ideas, I started drawing for the storyboard. Once I showed them the group and we all talked about it and discussed about, what should change, what should stay. Once that was done, we all were thinking about ideas on how we would actually react on the ride, and which led to the dialogue. Once that was done, we all started doing our own parts. My other two partners were working on environments, props, sound effects, and music for the thing. Well, they were doing that. I was doing the characters by using character generator. And pretty much a character generator, I got the basic male, basic female models, and I started sculpting them in characters. The three characters that I made for the movie that you see in there is Bob the Tester, Trinity the sequel, and Tickets Please. Fun fact: I voiced Bob the Tester, and pretty much once that was all done, we all put the files into one, giant file that has the environments, props, and the characters, and we start texturing. Once we were done texturing, we all started. My other two partners started to record their voice lines for their characters. Once they were doing that, I was animating the characters, mostly Bob and Trinity, and a bit for Tickets Please. And pretty much what I did was, I made sure all the characters had anticipation when they were moving, when their excitement, slow in and slow out. And also, I made sure there was always a second action going on, so it complements the main action. When they're moving, their whole body's moving, they're twisting and turning. And I tried my best to make sure that they're always doing something, even if they're out of position, even if it required them to move in their fingers, so it seems the most realistic, that a human would do. And once, I was done animating them, that's when we started rendering all the files on 28 computers, each computer about 100 to 160 frames per computer. And that lasted about, 3 days. During that time, we all recorded our voice lines, which is not really that much. We were probably recorded like 5 minutes of, voice lines, dialogue. And I picked the best and put it into the movie once, it started rendering, which leads into the editing process. I edited the first 1/3 of the movie project, the title, them going up to the ride. And once I did that part, and it was my time to work on like other things, such as helping my fellow partner get some sound and music. Um, that was pretty much the end of the day for me. And here's my other partner.
Hello, I am Trinity Hernandez, the lead designer of Erie Canal, also the voice of Trinity, the sequel. When it came down to making everything from the storyboard, I remember there's three things I need: water, cave, and some sort of environment for them. When it came to the environment, I had to make the land out of planes and using the vertices and the soft brush tool to make sure that it was all natural and making sure it was as realistic as it possibly can. When it came down to the mountain that we have in there, I used the freehand tool and used the duplicate tool to make sure that all of them are very small and makes the shape with the loft tool. When it came down to the cave, there's two parts to it, the actual entrance of the cave and the cave part. When the entrance of the cave is, it was made with cubes that are squished using the scale tool and put together into a little box. When it came to the cave, they're all used by pipes, merged with their vertices and moved around with their vertices to make sure it was all rigid, and one huge piece to make sure. When it came down to the water, it was used planes and the vertices, which are sound effects and effects person, made it more realistic and moved during the animation. When it came to props that I had to use for the animation, we had chairs, tables, and some rocks and some trees. The tables were simply just made with the simple shapes of cubes and cylinders, using the squash and moving their vertices around. And when it came down to the props that some of my peers helped me with, we just moved the vertices around and continually manipulate how they looked. When it came down to the editing part, I ended up editing the end of it, which you see the ending credits, and some of the ending scenes of it. Now I'll lead it to the next person.
My name is James Gilly. I was the leading effects and audio engineer. I was in charge of the water effects and making sure all of the audio that was in the video were royalty-free or original works. The background music was from Nine Inch Nails' Ghost album. The Ghost album happened to be royalty-free as Nine Inch Nails was not under a record label at the time. I got all of the sound effects and ambiance from the same website, which was soundbible.com. They were all royalty-free as well. I have them credited in the works cited page. I voiced the Ticket Man, and the other thing I did was I worked on the water effects. I used the Boss Editor in Maya to get the desired wave effect that we wanted. And when it came down to the editing, I worked on a bit of the middle and a bit of the end. I remember the beginning frames that Jabez had worked on were all 0.3 seconds long, but whenever it got to the actual ride, 0.3 seconds was too long, and it brought us past our time limit, as well as it didn't look right, it was too slow. So I made them 0.1 seconds long, and that was, and in that way I helped with the fluidity of the project. And that's all I've got.